So, recently, I was in Carmaux, a 7-hour drive south from here, at the Musée du Verre, a glass museum. They also had an open atelier where you can see live glass-blowing demonstrations. Here's a photo I took because I think this is a fantastic place to work. Why is that? The reasons I'm about to give may seem obvious, but bear with me. Firstly, there's the material, the glass. You can tell a lot about it just by looking at it. And because the space is big, you can have lots of people looking at it together. Some of those people might be new to glassblowing, but because they can see what's happening, they can form a foundation of understanding. And the glassblowers, they can interact with the glass together simultaneously and interact with each other while they do it. Secondly, there's the environment. It's pliable and it's shaped around what is done here. Some things in the environment have been fixed in one place so that you always know where to find them. And other things can be moved around and arranged to the task at hand. Some things even have notes scribbled on them. Finally, it's a beautiful space. This workshop is a converted chapel. It evokes the history of the place, houses the work that's being made here, and is decorated to their taste. Anyone entering this space will be energized by it. Now, all of this is possible because this work is done in the physical universe, where we have millennia of everything we've ever invented, from cooking to architecture, millions of years of evolution forming our bodies and behavior, and a really great physics engine. This is what you'd call a mature ecosystem, and programming could gain so much from it, not by aping it or emulating it with software, but by really having these qualities. But that seems difficult, because it looks like the glassblowers can get all that stuff because glass is physical, and whatever the material we use in programming is, it's not. Something physical is happening inside a computer, but we can't look inside one and understand what it's doing. To understand the stuff we imagine we're working with, we make computers draw pictures of them, words, sound, codes, images. But we need somewhere to work with our depicted material, so we draw them in another picture, the GUI, a picture of a working space. Pictures are powerful, but they only show what the person who drew them thought was important at the time, and everything outside the frame is excluded. And without exception, what happens to be outside the frame is always the entire universe. So unlike the people who work with real materials in a real environment, programmers work with abstract materials in an abstract environment. What if we kept the abstraction to a minimum and worked with abstract materials in a real environment instead? To my great relief, this idea has been compellingly realized by thoughtful people as we speak, and thanks to them, I can completely reuse the first part of this talk. So here are some videos of a place called Dynamic Land, and I think that this looks like a fantastic place to work. Why? Well, firstly, there's the material, a program. You can understand a lot about the material just by looking at it, and because the space is big, you can have lots of people looking at it together. Some of those people might be new to programming, but because they can see what's happening, they can form a foundation of understanding. And for those confident enough to dive in, they can interact with the programs together, simultaneously, and interact with each other while they do it. Secondly, there's the environment. It's pliable, and it's shaped around what's done there. Some things in the environment will be fixed in one place so that you always know where to find them. And other things can be moved around and arranged to the task at hand. Some things even have notes scribbled on them. Finally, it's a beautiful space. It may not be a converted chapel, but it evokes their history, houses the work that's being made there, and is decorated to their taste. Anyone entering this place will be energized by it. All of this is possible because this work is done in the physical universe with millennia of everything we've entered, etc., etc., etc. I wish that I had more time to talk about this because it's amazing. It makes programs pliable to things of our world, scissors, sticks, paint. It restores the other parts of programming, exploration, collaboration, improvisation to their rightful place in the sun, and it restores us, all of us, our bodies, our spatial imaginations, to the process of programming. But time's short, so we must get on. Dynamic Land, which I've just shown many videos of, is a building that is a computer in Oakland, California, and you can go there. Their ambitions, which go far beyond programs on paper, are grander than a commercial toy. So they're a non-profit organization and are funded by donations. They're an inspiring institution, and obviously I owe this talk to them, so thank you if you ever see this. Sadly, Dynamic Land is quite a commute from here, so while we arrange our plane tickets, hotel rooms, and bus fares, is there a way to get a taste of this? There is an open source project that hosts this paper interaction model in Chrome. It works with commercial webcams and projectors, and the programs are just JavaScript rendering the HTML canvas. It's called Paper Programs, and you can find out more at paperprograms.org. And a big hello to the authors and contributors there too. Finally, there's something that we can do which they can't in the Glassblower Studio, which is remove this piece of string that separates the professionals from the audience. Bringing programming into our world chips away another layer from the walls we built around it and makes it more accessible to people for whom current environments are completely opaque. And then programming becomes a little bit more of what it really can be, which is not a thing that you learn to make apps, but just another tool to think and express yourselves with. And what could be more exciting than that? I'm Sam Gwilym, and thanks for listening.